from Dallas area, and so really good to see him come out and have a lot of success.
The Aggies coming off of a 78-40 loss on the road to another Big 12 foe in Texas Tech on Monday. But it is time to start the third year under Mark Campbell and the TCU Horned Frogs. And Olivia Miles takes it for the first time, and it does not take long for the All-American to get on the board as a Horned Frog.
Not long at all, just getting downhill is one of her strengths and just putting pressure on Clark.
Didn't see a lot of zone pressing from TCU in years past. They try one there, in and out on the three-pointer by Shader, but inside, grabbing the rebound, Clara Silva.
You're going to see a lot of that, and we're going to talk about it a lot. 6'7", just able to go up and get a rebound and get a putback for TCU.
What'd you say?
6'7".
You did. There is a lot of that flavor for TCU this season. They have 4 players, 6'7" or taller. Donovan Hunter is not 6'7", 6 foot flat, but on the reverse, it's a 6-0 run for TCU. Not only the NCAA Tournament Elite 8, but also the Big 12 Championship as well. First time that TCU has accomplished that on the women's basketball floor. Welcome back in an early timeout for North Carolina A&T, trying to deal with TCU on both ends of the floor early, a daunting task.
It really is. They have such length and such strength there in white today, and so just really trying to get NCAT just in the right mindset starting this game.
3 for 4 from the field so far for TCU, but a good find underneath, and there's Shania Clark finishing at the hole. So Olivia Miles says she'd love to average a triple-double this season. Why not? She's got 6 of them in her career. Three-pointer out of the corner does not go, but an offensive rebound. Great find underneath. And Marta Suarez is hacked.
Which she has to be careful because she got 2 quick fouls in their first game against Texas Tech and had to sit out.
Did a great job last year not fouling. They were 16th in the nation last year in least amount of fouls per game. They were best in the Big 12, top 20 in the nation in rebounding margin, a plus 7.5. Only 8 to shoot for Clark and company for North Carolina A&T. Backdoor feed, and Shear takes it away. She's so good at that. 4 on 2. Feed it out to the corner. Suarez lines it up, rolls it down. Marta Suarez, her first 3 in a TCU uniform.
Again, a strong forward who has guard-like abilities, and you see it as she's able to knock down that 3.
Hunter to Miles, drop off inside. Silva for 2, and TCU has a quick burst of 7. Starting lineup almost entirely new. Donovan Hunter, the only returning starter for TCU, as the baseline J goes over the top for Demaya. And so she brings that veteran ability and just that mindfulness as Olivia Miles carries it all the way to the... And really, Olivia Miles, yeah, she's going to have some 20, 25-point games this season.
Her teammates around her say that she wants the ones around her to be better, and so you've always got to have your hands ready because you never know when it's coming to you.
Well, here at Pick and Roll University, TCU, Olivia Miles wanted an opportunity to show what she could do in a really good pro-style offense, and so far, so good. Dariana Howard trying to go baseline. Got Shear a little out of position. We're going to talk a lot about the size.
Transfer portal as well as freshmen is just trying to really have some depth in the size.
And boy, do they. Couple 6'7" players, 3 to be exact, 1 6'8.5" as Miles gets stripped. A chance on the breakout. Layup good by Dariana Howard after the steal at midcourt by Paris Locke.
And that's Aggie basketball right there.
Miles with a good idea, but it gets picked off by Dariana Howard. Back-to-back turnovers for TCU. The Aggies within 10 and looking to gain some momentum here in the first quarter. They only scored 5 in the first quarter at Lubbock. On the rebound, it is a foul with Jemiah Lindsay, a freshman guard out of Rockingham, North Carolina. An energy player off the bench. One more for Paris Locke.
You know, they've got a lot of freshmen. And so, you know, when I talked to Coach Robinson, he said, when I'm subbing in no experience. You see Lindsay coming in as a freshman, getting time early.
TCU 1 of 7 from beyond the arc, but 4 of 5 from inside of 2. A third turnover for TCU.
And you'll see that, you know, Olivia Miles is trying to just find her teammates. A couple of them have been turnovers, but it's the first game of the season, first time that you're really, tying your shoes up and playing against somebody else. So these are just learning experiences with having a lot of transfers on this team.
Miles is known for taking care of the basketball. That won't be a problem as the year goes on. Three-pointer missed off to the left by Kareem. Great rim run by Basham.
And Maddie Shear just automatically got her head up to try to find her big. And you see she's kind of upset at herself about it because she knows that she's better than that. But
early season jitters on all sides. And remember, North Carolina A&T has played a game. TCU has not. Shot clock didn't reset. Lindsay with 10. Brought in by Jordan Brown. Going to work against Miles. Miles slaps at her, but Brown.
Jordan Brown's really able to score at all three layers.
He had a carry here against Suarez. TCU is led by as many as 13. It was 15-2 at one point. Offensive foul.
Welcome to college basketball. A little physicality.
Bielefeld at 6'4", plays a wing position. Talk about pro size. And Sheffy got sped up a little bit, has it taken away by Brown. Shovels it inside. Nice pass out to the corner. Catch and shoot by Bigby. Her first loft of the year is over the top. But I love the find by Bielefeld. And a block by Basham.
Sheffy stayed in front of her. She's a really great defensive player, but it always never hurts to have backup like Basham.
And they've got rim protectors on rim protectors this year in Fort Worth. Last year it was Sedona Prince. And then if Prince got in foul trouble or got winded, couldn't play all 40 minutes, it wasn't quite as effective. 1 second on the clock in the quarter. Sheffy's pull-up off the rim and no. TCU starts incredibly hot. Up 15-2 early. A dry spell.
Yeah, TCU lost 78% of its scoring and 70% of its minutes, so they had to really reload, this roster, and they've got some of the most great pieces coming out of the portal.
And not only did they lose those 4 starters, and they were great players, as Silva blocks the shot inside. You had Aaliyah Robertson going down with an ACL. She was going to be a huge part of this season for TCU. And so you are going to have even more minutes eaten up by players a little bit unfamiliar to TCU fans, but they will be soon, as Silva, a very skilled big at 6'7".
They are a really great three-point shooting team.
TCU trying to turn their defense into offense with a little trap across midcourt. What a take inside by Jordan Brown, going 1v1 against a great defender.
Again, just using her skill set and just taking that contact. Jordan had to refill Jordan Dorsey, in the role that she played for North Carolina A&T. And so Coach Robinson has really been challenging her to do that, and she's stepping up. Yeah,
Dorsey was one of the top point guards in the Colonial last year. Shear going down the baseline, runs into the double. Miles always willing to give it up. Hunter rings it up out of the corner. Hunter also averaging 7 points a game late in the season, the Big 12 action, and into postseason play, and Hunter takes it away. Big part of her game. Layup is good in transition.
Donovan Hunter, she's a upperclassman now. She's really gained a lot of experience over the summer, was able to go to a Nike camp and really work there, and so you can see that kind of shining through.
Nice take by the freshman, Anaya Kareem.
It's not really connecting just yet, but it's good looks.
But she sees those windows before they open, and that's what's going to help the efficiency of the offense. Oh, love that reverse pivot by Marta Suarez. TCU still by 10. The North Carolina A&T hanging around. Clark looking for the triple, and on the rebound.
38% of their offense comes from the three-point line, and so that's where they're lacking today. But first game here in the Schollmaier, first game of the season, and so they're really great shooters, and so I'm sure they'll knock a couple down here soon.
Olivia Miles on cue.
She heard me.
She did. She shot 41%.
And I think she's been really looking to get her teammates involved more so than getting in her shot, and that's a leader right there, able to bring her team back.
And that's why you want the ball in Shania Clark's hands. Years where she's really shot the free throw well. She only shot 60% last season from the free throw line, but She did shoot 52% from the floor, and that is outstanding. As you mentioned, nearly averaging a double-double last season. TCU by a dozen. They've been in control the whole way, even if it hasn't been fluid. Basham doubled down. Suarez gives it up. Miles left open. You can't do that very often. Olivia Miles. Little stagnant offense for Paris Locke and company, backing into Suarez. Suarez closes down the space, but a good finish by Paris Locke, twirling in the lane. Not looking for her own shot, even though she's knocked down back-to-back threes. Once the pick, wraps around the pass. Great look at a triple, and it's rimmed down by Bigby. Less than 3 left in the opening half. North Carolina A&T has been hanging in there with one of the better teams in the nation. Free throws the rest of the way in the first half for the Aggies. Clark, again, if she stays on the floor, out of foul trouble, and the Aggies are a whole different team.
And her senior leadership, they have a lot of freshmen transfers who are on the North Carolina team. And so, again, with her presence on her floor, the leadership and just leading by example as well really does help the Aggies all over.
Bigby wide open in the corner, just knocked one down. Not this one. Basham has the rebound. Miles won't settle. Instead, shows and goes. Probably the number 2 pick in the WNBA draft had she come out last year. It's going to be an absolute pleasure to watch Olivia Miles in her senior season.
Again, she just really wants to get better and just be her best self going into the W. She said the W is going to be here, but she just really want to work on her confidence in her game and be another year out from her ACL injury that she had.
Miles sees the pass before it happens. 15-point lead, 5 to shoot. What a pass! Whipping it from the hip down to Basham for 2.
Of defense, but they didn't finish out the possession, and Basham able to get 2 on the board.
And the crowd here in Fort Worth knows what it is seeing. Meanwhile, Basham not only with a block, but also getting it back. And so Basham makes plays on both ends of the floor. Sheffy for 3. It rains in. TCU can do no.
We're going to talk a lot about Sheffy on the defensive end, but she's a 37% three-point shooter. So, she has the ability to hit that as well.
And she shakes everybody off. I'm all right.
Yeah. Again, first game of the season, first time, getting up and down, real referees, just.
1 of 2 trip. Lindsay, the quick hands, and creates an opportunity for Locke. And the Aggie offense again. A little over a minute left in the second quarter. 8 to shoot. Locke from the baseline. Bigby, a high hand. Now Locke shows her back. Backs in. Goes away from the shot blocker, but misses short. Basham with the rebound. Hand off to Sheffy. Basham has to go down on the ground. Another tie ball. We'll see a solid defensive possession. The Aggies trying to finish with a bucket. Dariana Howard. Round that high screen. Howard backs in. Throws it up top. Kareem straight on 3, and she hits. Anaya Kareem knocks down the triple. Last few moments of the half from midcourt, off to the right, and no for Bielefeld. But at the half, the TCU Horned Frogs, a 16-point lead on the visitors from Greensboro, North Carolina. And Nancy Lieberman for the best point guard and the player of the year. People want to know what Olivia Miles' swan song in college basketball is going to be like. It's going to be fun to have a front row seat for it in Fort Worth. And Miles, of course, starting with the ball in her hands and diving right to the rack for 2.
Just like the start of the game, she had the first shot going downhill for a layup, starting the second half the same way.
Finishes so easily with either hand going to the rack. Shania Clark, 5 points in the first half for North Carolina A&T. Hands off to Brown, loses it off of Miles, able to regain her dribble after that. Here's Jessup. Again, this offense a little stationary for the Aggies. Catch and shoot by Jessup out of the corner.
And if her feet are set, she can hit that three-point shot. Was able to find the bank this Thursday.
Made 6 threes a season ago. Nice move, baseline, out of the double team. Clara Silva gets it done.
Little reverse layup through contact.
Now that's certainly got to be tough. You've been a shooter all of your career. Have to take a complete year off because of that back injury. She's working her way back into it. Here's Olivia Miles, keeping it going. Shear with the extra pass, Willing out to Hunter, in and out. But right there for the stick back and getting fouled, Clara Silva on Shania Clark, and she has to come out. That is enormous for the Aggies.
They're going to have to find some production of offense elsewhere.
Silva, 71% foul shooter over the course of her career.
And, one thing when I was talking to him, he really emphasized that, with transfers, with this college basketball age, a lot of people coming from different places.
Miles taking over the point guard spot this year for TCU after Haley Van Lith did a great job last year. Out of the corner, Marta Suarez rains one in.
Yeah, and I think if you get in the habit of finding your teammates, finding your shots within the offense, that's what they're happy about. Like they've scouted these players. They know their skill set and their ability, and so they know that those shots are going to go down.
Nice drop shot leaning to the hole by Paris Locke. Her first bucket of the second half. Silva, Suarez for 2.
We love that big-to-big action because, sometimes on the team, the guards have majority of the possession. Nice connection there.
11 helpers for TCU on 18 made baskets. And that entry fee.
It really does because they're able to, have more than one way that they can score, and you've got to guard them just straight up.
Wow, Suarez doing work inside the paint.
That's the type of scorer and rebounder that they're missing out on the floor. And so in these type of game situations, she's just kind of...
Well, and it's just such a difficult prospect to go up against the length and the skill of this TCU team. And she's wearing it all over her face. For Shania Clark right now, not in the game and wants to be out there for her team. Not a ton of free throws in this one. TCU at 70%. Coming off the screen, the three-pointer by the freshman clangs off for Lindsay. TCU has the largest advantage at 22. Nice move by Silva, dropping it in for 2. TCU calls timeout.
You'll see that there's a lot of different pieces that have to be worked in, and they've got all season.
They do, and people want it to click and work all at once. Sometimes it's hard, but this is a deep team for TCU. Sheffy takes it away, and get a load there of the way that they share the basketball. Hunter and Bigby.
And yet, as a freshman, you're just really out here getting experience against a really good post player.
Catch and shoot 3, dropped in for the freshman Crystal Hardy.
Yeah, that's what she can do. She can hit that 3, was 50% in that game against Lubbock, or Texas Tech, excuse me.
Oh, great pass by Bielefeld. She hits Bigby in the corner, who rains home a 3.
And Taylor Bigby's able to knock down.
If she's able to knock it down with regularity and be a spot-up shooter and a great defender, TCU's going to go far. Clean block by Basham. And this time, Bigby headed to the hole. And one! Taylor Bigby.
Last year I think she would have shied away from that contact. But again, able to go down on 2 feet, pump fake, and one. You see she hit a 3 in the possession right before that. She had a great summer, and it's showing here in the first game of the season.
The 2-time Gatorade Player of the Year in the state of Nevada, a 3-time state champ, misses on the free throw, but a good rebound as Sheffy goes up over everybody. Sheffy, the smallest player for TCU. And it's going to be all over the scouting report that opponents prepare as well. And Jessup 2 of 2 from the floor in this game. 2 points, or 2 rebounds, I should say. Now 6 points.
A sophomore on this team. Again, this is a young team, and so she's able to have some experience, bring some experience to the floor, especially with Clark on the bench.
Picking up the first start of her career. She came off the bench all 28 of her appearances last season. Skip pass out to Bielefeld, and she tried to
Again, a freshman just getting used to it, just getting used to basketball here over in the States. Like we talked about, her international experience there. prior to coming to TCU.
5 seconds left in the quarter. Great defense by Sheffy. Hardy can't get rid of it in time. And at the end of 3, the TCU Horned Frogs build up a lead as many as 28, settle on a 27-point.
The Schollmaier is a great place for TCU, and they found great success here. Had a sellout game, against Louisville last season in March Madness. It's just a great place to be.
Trying to earn that kind of opportunity again this season is off the pull-up. Cher blows and goes. Basham underneath. Call for the travel.
Again, first game of the season, first game jitters. You're just learning each other, and it'll be all right.
On this end of the floor, TCU's been pretty good. Terrell Robinson going into his bench, and again, they're mostly freshmen. Step out there against the likes of TCU, an Elite 8 team. That's what Crystal Hardy and company are having to do.
But one thing that, he talked about is he wants their presence to be felt by every opponent.
Nice sidestep by Suarez, and finishes off that extra little shift to the hole. Three-quarter court zone. Not right now, just picking up full court. All the way to the glass. Off the mark by Andrews. Offensive rebound, and the stick back is blocked as Basham picks up her 5th block of the game, this time on lock. Miles wants it again. She shows and goes. Wraparound pass. Suarez, 4-2.
Love that connection right there. Always looking for each other.
Good shot right off the glass. And Demaya Tucker finally gets on the board. She led the Aggies with 13 points in the road game at Texas Tech. Great find by Silva from out front. That's the vision of the graduate.
Getting second chance opportunities, and that's all about effort.
Laura Bielefeld back in. A freshman who has earned it. Glad to have her in the rotation. Olivia Miles in her debut. Whips it out. Suarez all the way inside. Marta Suarez. The array of moves. She showed them all this evening. Horned Frogs by 30. Out of a double timeout, if you will, by North Carolina A&T. 10 on the shot clock and a carry. Coming on for the first time, number 14, Natalie Mazurek. Second-year player, transfer from South Dakota, replacing Silva. Her night probably done. Mazurek can shoot from outside. Miles moving the ball, fakes a pass, makes the shot. Olivia Miles from deep, the ninth three. Miles obviously not 100%, maybe cramping up a little bit, but fighting through it and still playing really well.
And a fake a pass to go up and knock down a 3. And the defense has to bite because they know that her first option is to look to pass and find her teammate, so they had to react to that. But again, such a good three-point shooter.
So that is her last moment on the floor tonight, and you can see how much this team likes one another as Miles comes out after a 16-point performance. She missed all of last season with an ACL injury. She's trying to get back to her form that had her as one of the best guards in the CAA a few years ago. Parker off the jump stop, loses it going up. Chance to break out for Myers. Underneath, layup goes for Eva Andrews. Mazurek got to get out on her, one of the best shooters. Oh, wow. Did you see Parker get up on that play for the offensive rebound?
She's such an athletic guard, and so we'll see a lot of that. Just making really athletic plays to make you go, wow.
Mazurek, another chance. And once more, Parker is there with the quick hands to take it away. Hunter finds Silva underneath. Power dribble. Step back. That is pretty over Clark. And to do it for a post at 6'7" is very impressive.
For sure. And they had 2 threes that weren't knocked down, so they decided to go into their 6'7" post, who's so skilled in the paint with a little step back jumper there.
On the other end, trying to deny Shania Clark. 4 of 5 at the foul line for Shania Clark, the redshirt senior out of Fort Myers, Florida.
You know, the only person who else will do that is Aaliyah Robertson, but she's out this year for TCU. But she's been here all 4 years from the ups and from the downs. And so she'll be here 5 years, coming back next year after her ACL recovery.
Oh, that is smooth for Clara Silva, extending the range. 13 points for Clara Silva.
Just left wide open. She does have that 15-foot range. Coach Campbell just coaching her up. She got 2 back-to-back fouls that Clark was able to draw against her.
Part of the 5-player all-tournament team for the FIBA Under-19 Women's World Cup against some of the best under-19s in the world.
And, you know, this is her sophomore year, so she's just had such a great experience there in the summer, you know, as a freshman, and be able to bring that experience and what she's learned to TCU.
Bielefeld, wow, at 6'4", tiptoeing the baseline and finding Donovan Hunter to singe the...
And again, I love Donovan Hunter's confidence that she's came in with this game, you know, and listening to interviews for her, that's something that she really wanted to work on and take steps in, and I see it.
I mean, on set pieces, why not? Donovan Hunter whips it out to Parker, gaining confidence as this game goes on. Her step back doesn't go. Bielefeld, rebound in traffic. Back out for Hunter, who sticks the 3 again.
She's using that speed to get the turnover. She knew exactly where Donovan Hunter was wanting to go.
See the 15 points for Hunter. That's just 3 shy of her career high, which was in that Sweet 16 game.
Smile on his face. We're talking about you. He can't hear us, but...
Bielefeld around that screen, looking for Hunter. Instead, she pulls the trigger. Hunter, nice rebound. Down to Donovan Hunter, kisses it off the glass.
A little Hunter-to-Hunter connection there.
Watch out, especially when it's deer season. Parker does not hear no shot. Need to get it to somebody who hears not to take one.
Yeah.
That'll do it tonight for the TCU Horned Frogs. Mark Campbell a little bit nervous coming into his 3rd season. And the first game that really counts with Olivia Miles at the helm. But it works out for the Horned Frogs.